Hey everybody, welcome to another summer craft. This time we're going to make a little jar luminary with dried flowers. Now, when you get this, you're going to have your dried flowers inside your cup, okay? It will have a lid, just like this. Now, I've already picked out my flowers for this time. This is one of those things that's super easy. Um, it won't take a whole lot of time, and you're going to end up with something really cool. I'm also going to include a little light. So you don't even have to use real fire next to, glue and dried flowers. Though it would probably be okay since you're doing outside the jar, candle would be inside the jar, and as long as you use a little tea light, you're probably going to be fine. I'm going to use my lid as a glue holder. And remember when I told you you're going to need your little foamy brush? This is what you need it for. After this time, if you want to throw it out, that is up to you. I'm not going to stop you one way or the other. Okay. So let me get a little Mod Podge, which you got a little container of Mod Podge in your packet. It does not take much. I was actually super surprised at how little it took. I thought this was going to be oh, this is so intense. We're going to use all the glue in the world. I was incorrect, and delightedly so. In fact, probably the amount of Mod Podge I gave you is going to be way too much. So the easy thing to do, put your hand in your jar. Oops, got a little glue on my mat there. And start just putting glue on. Do a little bit, stick a flower. Now, one thing I did was I waited for the first layer of glue to dry before I moved on to the next one. Okay. Oops. Whoa. This is also probably the most delicate craft we've ever done just because these little flowers, they're so pretty. Okay. Now I'm trying to keep it just on the flat part of the jar. Oops. Petals stick down. I'm not going to go over the top really until, let's do you this way, until the first layer of glue has dried. Now that doesn't mean I'm not going to use the handle of see, this little guy does not want to be stuck down. So you know what? I'm going to set him aside. I'm going to go on to the next one. I have another leaf. Oh, let's put it this way. I think that'll work really well. Yes, you are probably going to get gluey. It's okay, unless you have tactile issue, which some people do. This is just Mod Podge. It will wash off. Okay. Ugh, I have more on my thumb than I do on the glass. So put a little bit more. The nice thing is this Mod Podge has a good clear finish. So when it's all done drying, it's actually, you can see it looks like a little smeary, but it's not the end of the world. Okay. Something that's not skin. Stick this down. Okay. I'm doing a really good job of picking plants that don't want to stick. That's okay. Because when we come back to do the second layer of glue, anything that's not stuck down will get stuck down. So, pick up my next little flower. Look at that little guy. I like those. They look like fireworks. A little more glue. Put a little glue just on the tip of that. See if that helps hold it down. So I tried to give you an assortment of flower blossoms so you could have good variety. If you don't like the flower blossoms I included, you can always go. They have some in the resin jewelry area at Michael's. I'm sure they have some at Joann's. I got these on Amazon and they were actually made by a real person. I cannot remember her name and I apologize. If you don't have enough, you can always add more. Okay. I like these little yellow ones too. They look like sunshine. And then, oh, nope, I already have a pink one. Let's put, and I always check, is this the front or the back? That's the back. So I'm going to glue him right there. Now the reason I'm going to let it dry before I apply the second coat of glue is you can see how some of these have multiple petals. I want to give the ones on the bottom a chance to stick before I move on, okay? I need all my flowers where I can reach them. There we go. Oops. Look at him trying to escape. That's okay. You're going to get glued down eventually, little guy. And then this one. Now, if you would like, you can learn how to press your own flowers. I know there's something with a microwave involved. I don't know. They have books on flower pressing to do like professional stuff. Personally, I figure we have people who already enjoy doing it. Let's let them keep doing it and we'll just support them financially. Come here, little flower. As much as I dislike pink, I actually really like pink flowers. Like this guy, little daisy. I know that's probably not what it actually is, but that's what I think it looks like. Look at that. We're almost to the end. We need a couple more flowers, couple more blossoms. And I'm trying, but every time I get close, it slides away. Pardon my arm. Pardon my reach. Okay. Oh, I don't want to put a purple in there because it's right next to a purple. But I can definitely put a little bit of Queen Anne's lace there. So just Mod Podge on the glass. But this is not the fiddliest thing we've ever done. I'm not sure what would fall into that category, but I know we have done some pretty fiddly things. I think the string art falls into that category of just being fiddly and a little annoying, but it ends up looking so cute. Okay. And we have a little space here in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and re-glue and find a small tiny flower to go in there. Look at these little pink guys. They're so cute, but they're very fragile. So they're going to look really good with the lights coming through them. Let's do one more biggie. I think we can fit a big one there. Oops. And if some of your petals fall off, that is okay too. We just tuck it in against that one, make it look like it's behind. Nobody will ever know. Okay, oops. You're covering up that guy. I don't actually want you to do that. So, I know. This little guy from the beginning that I said, oh no, let's not use. Let's break him down a hair and glue him right down. Now, when this is all finished drying, you're going to come back with your glue and go from the center out. So you don't disrupt your flowers. You don't want to break them. Okay? Just go from the center out. Center out. And now you can really use your brush to glue down anything that's sticking up. And when you're all finished, let it sit and dry, probably another 15-20 minutes. Okay. Or at least until your glue is dry. And it'll look so pretty sitting out on your front porch or back porch or kitchen table with a little votive in it. It's like nature's stained glass. Oops, look, a petal came off. Well, that's okay. It's not optimal, but that's again why we go from the middle out. Okay, in the middle out. Oops. And sometimes petals will come off, so then you just got to peel them off. And if you don't like it, you can always wash it. Mod Podge is water soluble. So it is something that you could literally wash off and start all over again. Okay. Or salsa jar. Just because you don't have one of these fancy special jars doesn't mean you couldn't use an old salsa jar. That's actually where this came from. It was a thing on how to renew and reuse old stuff. Okay. So we're going to let that sit. And you'll see this up at the reference desk. I'll set it up there so you can see how beautiful the nature can be. Okay, a little glue there. All right. Everybody have a good one, and we'll see you next week with another fun summer craft. Oops, that one really wants to not be there, but we'll win because glue. All right, have a good one. Thank you for everything. See you soon.